ShadowSlayers.com. As far as announcements, next week we are taking a step back from our regularly scheduled campaign and running another one-shot. This month's one-shot will be run by Rogue Dragon, and she is running the Gardens of Fog module in honor of May being Mental Health Awareness Month. She has run this module a couple times and is always up for running it again. This time her players are Littlest Neverland, Literal Tester, Razima Chaz, Tech Spider, and Miranda. We hope to see any and all of you come out and hang out with us next week as she runs that module. And with my singular announcement having been announced, let's see what's up next for the ShadowSlayers. When last we last saw the ShadowSlayers still inside the western yellow corridor of Whitehearth. This area of the facility contains a workshop, the library, a chapel, and the sepulchre. Having previously begun research in these halls, the party took the opportunity to finish up their studies. Jalira had the time she needed to finish her book, as well as look at a couple of others that Bruce had asked her to skim through. She then turned to more practical applications of magic by making magical items, upgrading Bruce's axe, and in an effort to better protect Kisriel, she ended up making an incredibly powerful magical breastplate. Bruce then asked if she could make something that would unlock more of his potential aberrant dragonmark power, and as she began planning out the pattern for this project, she determined she did not have the necessary knowledge to create such an item at this time. While working through her spell studies, Zanim looked back at the spellbook she had previously found. The spellbook seemed to call to her, and after she had spent some time studying it, it ended up having a conversation with her. Shortly thereafter, the intelligence in the book moved itself into Zanim's spell crystal, erasing the memory of their previous conversation from Zanim's mind. In an effort to accomplish the task set him, Rix again turned to the Traveler, who opened his eyes with new sight and gifted him the ability to read all written language. This led Rix to finding a book that could help him manipulate the key charms that govern the doors throughout the facility. In an effort to accomplish multiple goals and to relieve some of the restlessness of the party, the ShadowSlayers split up. One half of the party stayed behind in an effort to figure out how to manipulate the key charms to open more doors. Their endeavor was successful in changing a blue key charm to green. The other half of the party went further ahead to explore, and they entered the lower brown door at the initial junction where they first arrived, and discovered the dining room and kitchen of the facility. Pranks ensued with a magically refilling pot of water, and we last saw Kisriel winding up a pitch with something she had found on the counter. Kisriel, this is your time. Having found a loaf of bread and a cut into wheel of cheese, of those two items, which are you going to throw at which party member?
I mean, neither look particularly rotten, considering it's been, sitting there for 30 years, so they look like perfect.
I mean, they look like they're pretty good, actually.
Alright, I'll go with the cheese.
Okay. Let me make sure I get everybody moved over to the other map, because I undid all of that, and that was silly of me, but...
cheese wheel.
Who are you throwing it at?
The one that dumped water on me?
Look. That could be fun and exciting, right?
The moment it leaves her hand, it turns into moldy cheese.
Why can't I get to... There we go. Okay. For some reason, I could not grab a hold of Nyx to move her over. Nyx, Bruce, Kiz. Those are everybody there. They should be over there. Can Nyx, Bruce, and Kiz, can you see yourselves in the kitchen area still?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can the stream see the kitchen area?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm doing my job right today. Okay. So, Kisriel, what did you grab?
The cheese.
The cheese? Okay, who are you throwing it at?
Bruce. Because he dumped water on me.
Make me a improvised weapon ranged attack, which is essentially your dex plus your d20, no proficiency modifier.
You don't think cheese would be a strength-based weapon?
I mean, she's right there. It's melee range.
Oh. Should I be disadvantaged because it's made?
I don't know. Is there more than 5 feet between the top of Bruce's head and her?
No, she's 3 foot.
Okay, and he's not giant.
I to be fair, I think I had said Bruce had gone over to try to dump water on Nick, so I think he's on the other side of the room. If you want to.
There's 2 rolls for disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Bruce was over here. I apologize. I just remembered Bruce playing in the water, so that's where I put him when I readjusted everything on the map. Okay. Does an 18 hit you?
Yeah, definitely.
You get smacked with a thing of cheese. What's the damage on a wheel of cheese? Like, did you take a chunk out of the cheese, or did you just grab the whole wheel and chuck it at him?
I mean, a small piece. I mean,
Okay.
she's a halfling with a strength of 10.
You receive 1 point of cheese damage, and you
Oh, it
smell
damages you?
like cheese.
Sorry, I was just trying
What
to make
kind
it
of
smell
cheese
like
though? Are we talking like Limburger, Swiss, feta?
Where does Bruce get hit with cheese?
Were you? I guess your shoulder if you're facing Nyx.
Okay, what kind of cheese comes in a wheel? Do they all come in wheels?
I think, but
I'm gonna say it's one
That
of
would
the
be a
harder
question
cheeses.
for my mom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with one of the harder cheeses.
Get
So like
pegged with
cheddar or
Parmesan.
Swiss Parmesan, just bam, enough to make you go, what? Like something hit you with enough force to make you go,
Yeah, Bruce is gonna turn and be like, "Hey!" He's gonna look to the side to see if he can grab something to throw at her. See that there's only a knife there. Pause. Rethink. And he's gonna look around for something to throw at her. Is there anything nearby?
There are more provisions and sacks of stuff on that shelf above that cutting board in particular butcher cleaver that you happen to look at. What are you just gonna grab for something random?
He was looking for food.
Food? Okay. Do me a favor. Are you going for like a handful or like is a bag an option?
Just whatever's nearby that he can.
Okay. Do me a favor, roll me a D8.
Two.
You managed to find just this little sack. You pick it up. It feels kind of crunchy in it. And you just kind of chuck it over at her. Go ahead and roll your attack.
He just threw a bag of live crabs at you.
Oof, 11.
There's an 11 hit Kizrael.
This was not weighted well.
That's right. Blame the random sack.
Okay, I'm assuming that's a no, but since you're muted, you can't.
Still muted.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, there you
There?
are. It's a disadvantage with having the microphone on her computer. No, it does not hit. AC is 14.
Okay, so the bag flies past you, hits the cabinet behind you, and it explodes as this cloud of rice kernels just pops out everywhere and starts to kind of rain over the kitchen.
Ooh,
Aw.
that would actually keep really well. Is there anything to recover, or is it all spilled now?
The bag kind of poofed when it hit the cabinet.
Not worth the time.
Okay, in the meantime, we're going to cut over to the other group now. The remaining players who are still down in the workshop area. If I move this like this.
I just think it's
hope-
funny that Bruce smells like fear and cheese now.
Okay, so meanwhile, back over in the workshop,
Oh,
you
man,
guys
that
have
freaked me out.
succeeded in changing and augmenting one key. Are we attempting to change another?
I would like to try to see if we can do another one.
Let's pick a color we don't already have a key for.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably use another brown key, or we could try a red key. I mean, there was a door I found that had red, orange, and purple.
Well, let's try orange. Orange is pretty. I like it.
Okay. Jadair, you want to give it a shot?
Hey.
Okay. He will continue to assist her with the locksmithing portion.
Okay. So I need a locksmithing check from Jalira at advantage because Rix is assisting.
I mean, I have smithing and thieves' tools. Does that count as locksmithing tools?
Yeah. Thieves'
Okay.
tools are lockpicking tools.
Wait, is that with advantage?
Yes.
Just kidding.
Okay, you successfully open the matrix that you need to fiddle with the arcane diodes inside. You can now roll me an Arcana check at advantage.
opens the matrix.
With Zinni helping.
Loop. Oh.
So, what key were you playing with?
Whichever one Rick's handed me.
It was a blue key.
Okay.
That turned into a green key, and now
I thought I
Is
would
that-
have handed her another blue key. We would have picked a different one.
Okay. You find that you're unable to change the color from blue. With whatever you're trying to manipulate, the color just doesn't seem to want to change.
Can Z assist and give her like an extra try for those Arcana checks?
No, those were rolled at advantage because you're assisting.
Okay.
Maybe that. Maybe what's his face has a.
Okay.
gonna go find
Rix would like to grab the other book that Kizriel had been looking at with the structures, and he'd like to start looking into that one to see what he can find. And they're just kind of flipping through.
If you plan on doing any more keys, that's going to not make it so you can't do the keys or the book. You've got to choose the key or the book.
The keys are great, but I would like to at least get us started on, we know it's possible, but I would like to at least get us started on being able to figure out maybe where we're going in here, if that's okay with the others. That's what he'd be like.
Sure.
He's like, this is great, but we do have another book, and I don't think Kiz was able to get a really good look at it.
So while Rix is doing other things, can Jalira and I try again with me assisting?
You have proficiency in thieves' tools.
Probably not.
So she won't have advantage to do the thief tool portion, but she will have advantage to the Arcana portion. Rix, go ahead and roll me a investigation check. If you want to attempt another key, you guys can. But
What do you think, Jalira?
That initial key, like that secondary key that you've done, took another 20 minutes worth of time. I'm gonna pop back over to the other group here.
You got a 14.
Okay, I see that.
I'm still grabbing a bunch of stuff to carry back, whatever I think would last.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Has the food fight increased, or have we stopped the food fighting? This is an
I
important
think if we
question.
find something we don't want to eat, we'll just toss it in the general direction of the other people. But I didn't mean to hurt Bruce, so now I feel bad.
Okay.
Ow. I think Bruce has grabbed a sack of something and is holding it just at the ready, just watching the two of them.
Upon reading what's on the sack, Bruce is now holding a pot of water and a bag of flour.
Oh no.
This is a potentially dangerous situation.
gonna teleport out of the way.
Unfortunately, you happen to be standing by one of the lights in the kitchen that's working.
Oh, there's a light. Oh, it's a working light. They actually are working in the kitchen. Of course. She's gonna be like,
All right. Well, if Nyx moves like she's going to teleport, Bruce is gonna swing with a sack of flour.
Okay, roll me a improvised weapon attack.
The 19.
Does 19 hit Nyx?
yeah.
Nyx, go ahead and roll me a Bruce. Roll me a percentile die real quick.
Percentile 10.
Okay. Woof. Okay. How much do you think a sack of flour would hurt to be hit with?
Ugh. Being wielded by a barbarian?
Hurt? Probably a decent amount. Actually, to the point where you would cause physical damage to another person? Probably not. Especially because he's not swinging it that hard.
Okay. At the 10% chance of making the bag rip, you don't actually rip the bag. You do kind of clock her in the chest. And just you get the wind knocked out of you for a second. It's a bag of flour just poof right in your chest. Is there any response or retaliation you'd like to go through?
Look at the bag.
Jeez. There will be a retaliation. What is around her? Other than
there's
the wine bottles and the beer.
I was gonna say, Bruce gets 2 attacks in a round. If the bag didn't rip, can he turn it and just dump it?
So much valuable food.
Yes, you can.
Well,
go ahead.
Let me ask this, Mike. Would you count turning a bag over as an object interaction? Because if so, Bruce is going to dump it directly in front of him and fire the Gus cantrip.
As you're kind of doing this with one, you still have the water pot in the other arm, right? Or have you dropped the pot?
I feel like if we were in the middle of a fight, he would have put it down.
Okay, so you do have 2 hands to manipulate the bag. So yeah, I figure your base strength is strong enough that you could just rip it open and boof. Next, go ahead and make me another attack. And this will set the DC of her dexterity save to get out of to try and dodge the gust of flour that is going to probably be coating her.
Coating everything.
With a strength saving throw against the Gus cantrip, but
are you hitting me with the Gus cantrip too?
Actually, yeah. No, what's the Gust is?
Yeah, it's more I guess he's hitting the flour into you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because
You want me to roll with my con mod instead?
Yeah, go ahead and roll with your con mod.
Ooh, 9.
Dexterity saving throw to get out of the way of flour.
Dang.
You're good. Like he gusts it at you, and you just you have near you. Hold on. Allow me to move you real quick, just so I can see what's there. Okay, there appears to be something like a refuse container below the stove that seems to have something in it. I couldn't tell you what it is. Probably potato peelings. You've got a frying pan on the stove that you could use. Going the other way, there are more sacks of supplies. Yeah.
Grab the pot that you put down.
Okay, it is. Did you put it down right up so you could reload your weapon, or did you put it face down so it wouldn't reload?
I mean, he probably would have put it down the standard way.
Okay, so it's now half full of water at this point. If you would like to try to yank it up and do something with the pot of water, feel free.
She's gonna yank it, splash him with it. Try at least.
Okay, that's going to be a strength attack, a strength-based attack for you, because it's a half full pot of water, and you're trying to throw the water as opposed to throw the pot at him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really want to fail. Horribly!
Could you please make a dexterity saving throw for me? And I do believe you get your danger sense with this.
Do you want me or him? I did mine.
Oof.
I'm gonna roll low. 11 versus 3.
Okay, you
Is
dodge
doing anything?
you dodge the stream of water coming your way. Kisriel, is there anything more you're contributing? Seeing that flour is now a volatile substance out in the open.
Is there like any like real fresh food stuff we really haven't had in a long time?
You do seem to think that there are 2 bags of apples, one green and one red, over here on this counter, and there does appear to be a pie that's just sitting there on the counter.
Oh no. Okay, I have to hide those from them because we shouldn't throw that pie. That would be so sad if I couldn't let Cherry have some of the pie. Okay,
But Cherry doesn't know.
I will know. So I kind of pick up the pie, just kind of put it on the bags and shove them to the side.
Okay.
And I think
She's
Laura
guarding.
is gonna like try to grab at the cheese.
Okay. You're kind of retreating to the corner, protecting what food you can.
Well, like, okay, it would be really fun if we could take back some fruit to the group. Just we haven't had it in a long time. Who cares if it's 30-year-old apples?
20-year-old apples. Come on now.
20. Yeah, I'll pick up a handful of rice and just toss it. Knowing full well that it's just going to scatter more, it's not going to hit anybody.
Yeah, it's not really doing damage, but from Kisriel's side of the kitchen, this shower of rice comes sprinkling your guys' way.
We're standing in paste. Not gonna lie, there's paste on the ground now because of the flour and.
So
Hey
now
guys,
that
come on, let's take some
you've
back
opened
to the others. Sorry.
now that you've openly admitted that you're on difficult terrain, is the food fight going to continue? Boom.
Bruce cast fog cloud.
All of a sudden, all vision is obscured as this thick, heavy fog cloud just explodes into the room.
Oh. Bruce, can you carry one of these bags of apples?
Okay. Hearing Kiz's voice, he's going to attempt to stalk over silently towards her.
Okay.
Tempted as Nyx to punch him.
As you attempt to stalk towards Kisriel, you can go ahead and move. If you leave her threat range, she will get an attack of opportunity. It will be at disadvantage because she can't see where she's throwing that attack.
Okay. Can you move the cloud to the bottom?
Bottom layer, coming up.
Yeah.
2 back.
Well,
there we go. Yeah, not the bottom layer, but to behind you guys. Can you everybody see their token now?
Yeah. Oh, I could see my token. I just couldn't grab my token. I can see
okay.
I can see everyone's tokens now.
Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna go.
Okay. So he steps out of your threat range. If you'd like to make a disadvantage opportunity attack at Bruise, you're allowed.
She's gonna grab some of the paste and throw it at him.
You reach down, you scoop up some paste, and you can make an improvised ranged attack at him.
At disadvantage, you know. That's 9. Fail.
9.
Does she hit Kiz?
The paste. If it had been a 1, it could have been Kiz or Guara at this point.
Or just like
you hear the paste, the handful of paste you grab splatter against something solid. Most likely not Bruise, because it splattered a little farther away than you'd think. Bruise, you are next to Kisriel. What would you like to do?
I think knowing that this is like an echoey room and that no one can see, Bruce is like moving forward and he's like, bottom, 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 bottom.
Banana.
And then he would like go quiet, and then he would just be like right next to Kiz and be like, "Hey," just like an inch away.
Nix is gonna hook
Uh,
the pot.
Here, there's
to
a bag
the
of apples. Here. Can you carry that?
I can't see what you're lifting.
Just trying to like shoving it to where she heard his voice.
Hey, roll me a strength check. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You get the apples off counter and over to him. You don't throw them right on his foot, but you feel a hefty bag kind of roll up against your leg, Bruise, as she grabs the apples off the counter and puts them next to you, realizing that she's now handed you a bag full of ammo.
Bruce is going to actually reach down and pick the bag and her up at the same time.
Oh, put me down. I was gonna. There's something else I was gonna.
Bruise now has Kizriel armor.
But not the cool armor, because that's still at the forge.
So you
he's
have
gonna,
Bruise,
like,
you have Kiz and the apples.
he's gonna like pick him up and like look at where her. I guess he could probably kind of make out her face, and then be like, "Hey." And then
Hey,
he's actually gonna. Okay.
go ahead.
And then he's gonna like adjust a bit, and then squeeze her a bit tighter and hug her, and put his head against hers, and be like, "Hey,
Oh,
I'm really glad you're okay."
Sorry about the cheese. If that hurt, it might have hurt you more than I expected. Sorry.
I mean, I guess that's why they call some of them sharp.
Oh. Yeah, I think it'd be a really cool break to take some of these apples back to the others.
All right.
Oh, also, are you? What do you have on? Is that flowered water?
No, I didn't get any of the flower water on me.
Oh, okay.
Dodged
He might
everything.
he might have a little bit of paste on his shoes, but other than that, he's pretty good.
Might be a light dusting of residual flour in the air, but
But not like he totally dodged the water attack. So
he's gonna put her down, and he'll dismiss the fog cloud.
Oh, we should take that. Let's take that pot back with us. That way,
Hey, it's now hooked onto Nix's backpack
Oh, cool.
sideways. The pot.
Okay. I was gonna say which direction, because one way is a lot easier than the other.
The
Alright.
upside down direction.
Nick slowly starts lagging behind the group.
All right. One, is there anything else we should grab? Should we look around in case there's some other cool stuff like that pot? And two, if we're gonna take stuff back, I guess maybe drag it to the intersection for now and leave it there. And if we're gonna explore anywhere else, I don't want to drag a bunch of apples into, well, actually, cooked
Good
apples
boy.
would be decent.
And so she grabs the pie and holds it very protectively.
Well,
I guess what they say about halflings and pies are true.
I really want everybody to have a piece. This will be so fun. We haven't had any sweets since we've been on the ship.
Anything else we should be taking? Did you guys check all
Oh.
the drawers and stuff?
Yeah, we check the
there's
drawers
a
and
lot of st-
try to guess if any of them are enchanted. Pick up a batch and be like,
As I said, I believe I mentioned it last session. It's opening some of the drawers, you find that one of the drawers is hot, one of the drawers is cold. One of the drawers, like as you open it, you get this kind of waft of nice smelling spices.
grab a bunch of spices.
There are no spices in the
Um,
drawer.
Do you want like a cutting board and a knife? There's one over there.
Honestly, I guess
about-
it fit in my. Well, no,
I
I
think
think
we
I've already got.
Yeah, but there's no spices in the drawer.
You
No, I've
guys?
already got cooking supplies. I think. No, I do
I
not.
just. Oh. I think that perhaps we can come back to this. We'll come back to this room. There's wines and all kinds of the alcohol and stuff. It would be good if we come back, especially bring the others. There doesn't seem to be any enemies or problems with getting here, other than the brown keys. So
Yeah, it might be easier to
let's
bring
come
everyone
back.
here than to bring all this there.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we can eat and
She protectively
Drink
puts the
wine.
pie back on the.
beer. And you know, maybe we can. Maybe this room will clean itself up. Maybe
Is that
it'll-
bread on the counter still there?
Yes, that bread is still there.
Brew's gonna walk over, snatch it up, and just take like a bite out of it, and then walk over to the wine rack and look at it for a second before pulling a couple bottles off and sticking in his pack.
The bread, really hard, crusty on the outside, but still nice and bready on the inside.
This is
Not
crazy. I mean,
poisoned.
is it?
Not poisoned.
Not so far.
Sounds good. I guess
Brews will
Well,
extend the
I
loaf
do
out
have-
to either of them, see if they want to bite.
next
I
you
do.
grab
I do
a
think I
teapot.
have an ability that can purify food if we want to use it before we eat.
So far, so
She's gonna
good.
go ahead and grab 6 apples, put them in her bag.
Right. We should get to the next area.
Also, Mike, I didn't
Alright.
realize you had updated the tokens up there, and so I was like, what the heck? Oh, I think those are supposed to be the bodies.
Yes. I came
Why
in
is
and
there a council there?
put like the actual map where it's supposed to be, centered it, did all the dynamic lighting.
Was there? Did I find anything meat-like in any of the drawers? The cold drawer, maybe.
Bruce would offer bread to Guara.
She'd lick it for some inexplicable reason.
She would.
No fresh meat in this area. However, you do find several different types of jerky.
Okay.
I don't know.
I just want to toss something to Guara as I take away the cheese from her.
I don't know. Those bodies were pretty well preserved, Kiz.
I just, I thought it.
As nobody really wants to talk about that right now, we move on. I figure you guys kind of take a few minutes to, after you've accepted that you're gonna move on. You've searched through here, you found some things, and then you're going to move on to the next junction. I'm gonna pop back over to the other group. Move the camera back over to the other group. Okay. So, Rix, you begin to sit down with the book. As you're reading over the book, you find that there's some pretty standard setups for most Cannith facilities. All of which involve a library of some sort where research can be done. All of which involve a forge room with a main House Cannith forge of making. You don't find that a chapel or a sepulcher are in that standard list. You do find that there is generally a couple of means of getting in and out, be it secret doors, main doors, wherever they're working on crafting floating things. There's been known to be hangars in such locations. You do see that like secret rooms are pretty standard, pretty common across the board. But there's also generally a teleportation circle that can get you out in any given Cannith facility. Depending on who laid the circle, the runes for those circles can vary a great deal, because it's the choice of who decided to lay down the runes and in what pattern and what order. So the runes in this facility might be completely different from runes in another facility, or they could be almost identical with the exception of a couple of tweaks here and there. So, you find mention of Blackhearth. It's vague. It's an older facility. They haven't done as much with it. You find mention of Whitehearth. Again, not much is written in here on Whitehearth, other than its approximate location in what was Kyre when the book was written, or Sire. Sorry. You also find mention of Redhearth.
Yeah, go ahead.
Said to be somewhere in the Eldine Reaches.
Okay. But no other indication as to like how to navigate these places or anything like that?
It's they like to design with the base set of rooms. However, there seems to be no rhyme or reason where or how they structure these rooms and where they put them. And from what you know about what you remember about Blackhearth and comparing it to Whitehearth, it's completely different setup.
Okay. But there was a shrine in that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes this one and that one, and likely Redhearth, very unique compared to the typical setup. The shrine wasn't to Onatar though, right? It was to another god of the sovereign.
No, it was to Onatar.
It was to Onatar? Okay. Okay, so we can assume.
Or the same big bold hammer design.
Oh, yeah. We can assume that this one will probably have a chapel of some kind to Onatar within it. Not that Redhearth is in our picture right now, but it's likely where they're going to keep another schema, so that's something to keep in mind. All right. Cool. I guess if that's all I'm getting out of it, then I will close the book and
Okay.
maybe set it aside for another read.
Okay.
Another time.
You guys, Jalira and Zanim, you can make one more attempt at a key while she's reading through that book. Would you like to do so?
I think it would be cool.
If you're shaking your head no and saying words, I can't hear you because you're muted.
Man, I'm sorry.
Okay.
One more try.
One more try? Okay. Roll for me a lock-picking tool check.
16.
16. You've done it a couple of times. However, this time it seems to be a little more difficult. You do manage to get in, but it took you longer than you thought it would.
I was getting the hang of it.
You kind of just like, it's like almost like you did it twice, so you thought you could do it like again with little to no effort, and this you actually kind of like ended up missing a step, but you do manage to unlock the matrix that holds the crystal diodes.
Okay.
And which key are you attempting?
Try orange again. This is another blue that we're working with.
Another blue key. Okay.
Means we have 2 blue keys left that Zanim is in possession of, I think. She had 5, or was it 6?
Please.
I mean, I still have. I did not put a number of how many blue keys I have in the bag of holding. I just have a bunch.
I know I wrote it down in here because I found it last time.
3.
I can't find my note. It was either 5 or 6. I think it was 6.
Okay. Regardless, you know,
It was 5.
you know, you guys.
I have it written.
You
down.
guys know
It was 5.
you
so
have
she
one.
She
you
has
have
2. She has 2 left because I used my blue key and I broke it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I was gonna say you guys have one burnt out key that doesn't work. Okay, you have Access, you are opening up another blue key. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check with advantage because Zanim is helping you.
Hey, Mike, with their research, did they get the idea that they could take a key and turn it into any other, or just upgrade a key into like the next level?
I
What
rolled
was
pretty.
your
I know I rolled pretty
check?
high. I think it was a dirty 20.
Investigation check? Yeah, dirty. Yeah, it was dirty 20. You got the sense that you could do either. However, setting a key to whatever you wanted it to be was going to be more difficult than upgrading the key to the next level. That being said, this blue key becomes a green key.
So we can turn blue into green. And if we take a green, we can try to turn it into another color and see what that takes us. It's likely going to be yellow, maybe brown if we're lucky.
Oh, you want to try just another upgrade?
Well, we have 2 green keys now, right?
Okay. As long as we have one spare.
Yeah, I'll help.
Okay.
You made 2 green keys.
We made 2 green keys, and then I think you had another green key as well. Or someone had another green key. I forget how many green keys we
I
had.
think Z has a couple.
Yeah.
I have 3 green? Why do I have
Yeah.
You made one last time.
maybe? There's at least one spare in the bag of holding.
You just made, well, you had, yeah, so there's at least one spare. Yeah. So,
Okay.
Okay.
May I try again?
Okay. You can attempt it again.
this time on a green one.
This time on a green key.
Lenny?
You bypass that matrix. You at first because of your you're very close success last time. Like this one, you get kind of nervous and you start to do this, and Rick just very calmly reaches over and adjusts your tool like a fraction of an inch, just boop, and you get it in and it pops right open. Okay, roll me an Arcana check. 21. The key turns yellow.
Hello.
Okay.
Yellow. Okay, yellow.
Do you want to try again?
I mean, we do have, there is one yellow in the bag.
Right. So we do have a backup.
Okay, I hope I hope we aren't wearing it out or something. So,
I mean, if it is what it is, but it's one of those.
Okay.
It's if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't.
it's a finite resource, but okay, let's try it again.
We have another
Okay.
backup yellow. So
As you guys get ready to do that, I'm going to cut over to the other group. Other group, you enter the junction. Where would you like to go from here?
Do we want to try this brown key before we go to the green intersection?
Yeah,
Okay,
seems like a
it's-
good idea. We didn't find any keys on those people, right?
Yeah, we
There
checked.
were no keys.
How did they get in?
Someone already picked through their stuff, it seems like. She's gonna go ahead and try the top brown.
Should we be like prepped in case there's something nasty in the hallway?
Probably. That's she's turning.
Bruisal ready cantrip.
By the way,
Again?
the money's on the brown one opens up the
Okay.
city thing.
Not quite how I assumed you guys would be in there, but close enough. Okay, and then let me move the cameras over real quick. As you guys turn the door. Do.
Okay.
Ooh.
So it opened another hallway.
Alright.
Move a little bit. Looks like a door at the end.
It does.
You
All
guys
right.
want to wait here for my all clear? Are the lights working dimly?
Yes. Like they you might be able to get into this far corner, but you'd have to like back up into the circular room where you're at. So you could step up into this corner if that's what you would choose to do.
She's planning on walking down the hall, but if she
Okay.
needs to get out, I wanna she can teleport. Right. So first kind of listen at the door.
Okay.
And
You
then-
hear nothing behind the door.
I feel like we're being way more cautious of this door than we did the last one.
Well, I tried to get you guys to be cautious, but y'all followed me anyway. She goes ahead and opens the door.
The door is locked.
Bruce is
Alright.
gonna look at Kiz and roll his eyes.
I don't remember. I mean, I know it was
so,
like an hour ago, but feels like it was a week ago.
is there a key gem?
There is no key gem.
Is there a lock?
It appears to be a regular keyhole lock on both of the doors.
Both
A
doors.
regular keyhole? Weird.
I don't
Yeah,
have my own
yeah.
thieves' tools, do I?
The only people with thieves tools that make in.
Do you have do either of you guys have thieves' tools?
I mean, Bruce will pat his pockets. No. Like, what do you mean thieves' tools? Like a lockpick?
Yeah.
No, I don't really carry. I generally kick things down. Is it locked?
Yeah, it's locked.
You want to kick it down?
I mean, we could. I don't know. It seems quiet. And
Kids?
usually when we attack something, it usually ends up making it defenses even stronger. So it might not be a good idea to break it down.
Alright, we got 1 for, 1 against. Kiz.
I'm for waiting till we have the bricks and Chile or whoever has the tools.
Fine.
We're scouting. We found a locked door.
Alright.
Guara's back there just gnawing on some jerky.
Oh. Is you want to come in? We'll go to the green intersection. We're gonna open this intersection.
Oh, blast from the past, old tokens. Okay, you guys open the green corridor.
Oh, there we are. Sorry. That's-
There's
Can everybody
one.
see their tokens and stuff?
Was it that color, those colors before? I don't remember purple before the.
Did we look down this way before?
Yeah.
There was indeed a purple gem there.
There was also an orange gem, and I think I read one.
Yeah, there's a
There's
red,
a
in,
red
the
in the middle, and there's scratch marks by the yellow.
Do we have a yellow key?
Yes. We have 2. Did we leave them a yellow key?
We have a yellow key. You have a yellow key, and we have one, I believe.
You
'Cause-
Or is that
guys have the
Nick's
only
set?
you guys have the only
Yeah,
brown
we
key.
left one. We only have one brown key, but yes, we left them a yellow key.
Oh, okay, good. I was worried we had locked him in for a second.
Only partially. Alright,
Alright. Should we open the weird scratch mark door?
yeah, let's do it.
Hey, Guar, come here real quick.
I'm gonna die.
Hey, Guar, let me see your paw.
Go ahead. Lift your paw. I don't know how to. Commanding her to do this work. It's never something she trained for.
Are you looking at the murder mittens?
Bruce is gonna compare the claws on Guara to the claw marks there at the door to see roughly what size creature made these type of marks.
Creature that probably has a little bit bigger than her. A little bit more force, a little bit more heft in the shoulders and in the body. Roll me a
Survival?
survival check? Yeah, roll me a survival check.
12?
A little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier. Definitely not cat claws that made those scratches. In fact, with the weight and depth they are in the stone, you'd have to assume that those scratches were made by something that had metal claws.
Does it remind me of the dog-like things we fought?
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
Alright. I think it was those dog things. I guess they didn't have a yellow key.
Lapse. Alright. You ready?
Bruce is gonna get ready to cast
Next is gonna go ahead
Ray
and
of
turn.
Frost.
Israel, you gonna
He has
ready?
his shield up.
You want me to try again? Or
Alright, I can go ahead and turn the key.
Oh, oopsie. I did a boo-boo.
That's what you want to
Let's
hear
put-
your Dungeon Master say.
I did a boo-boo.
Just as I turn the key, you know.
He's been
I'm
working
more
on
worried when the
these
DM says
maps
things like, "Ooh,
all day
that's
today.
fun."
Yeah.
As the door rotates, you see that the hallway continues for about 10 feet, and then it just seems to be a curtain of complete and total darkness.
Like, it doesn't look like a wall, it looks like just darkness.
Just darkness.
Is it magical darkness?
kind of like Blackhearth.
Blackhearth was just dark.
No, they had the magical light that we had to mess with on the circular stairs down.
Oh, you right. You right.
Bruce is gonna take out a torch and light it and throw it into the darkness.
Which I think is what we did.
The torch passes through the darkness barrier, and no light can be seen beyond where it passes.
You right. You
We
right.
hear it clatter on the ground.
Yes, it does clatter on the ground.
Oh.
Kizriel, roll me a perception check.
Seemed fitting. Sorry.
As it clatters, you, from your experiences in adventuring, you can tell that when it clattered, it rolled into a couple of things. Sounded like it crunched against something when it hit the ground.
I think there's something in there.
Like something alive or just something?
Something that's not just stone.
Alright, should we go take a look?
I mean, we can't
We
see.
want to put a rope around someone.
Sure, you can put a rope around me.
I can pull you out. Neither could Kiss.
Laura could try.
I could
We've
probably.
got that muscles. Whatever we do, we should do it quick. I threw a lit torch in there. I could be lighting something on fire.
Can we smell any smoke?
I'll go.
Nothing more so than what a torch would put out.
Laura, do you smell anything? Do you hear anything? Anything that sounds like animals? Can I roll something for Laura to...
Sure, you can roll a perception-based smell check. Or hearing, whichever one gives her.
What does that do? Okay, that was just...
Okay, so smell. Yeah, you can do smell.
Yeah, smell. Okay, so I guess anything that doesn't smell like... I don't know if she noticed any smell with the iron wolves.
Gora does not seem to be able to discern any distinct smells coming from down the hallway.
I'm assuming might amongst her kind is a different skill. Otherwise, I'm fascinated as to why her keen sight and smell gives her magical attacks.
Yeah, it sounds... Oh, I think that it just didn't... There should be a new line in there. Yeah.
I was all for it.
Eh.
Her improved sight and smell allow her to attack ghosts. Yes!
Yeah, it's just like there's like there isn't like a break between them with the little identifier thingy for some reason.
Laura is now Daredevil.
Nyx is gonna go ahead and tie the rope around her. So
Are you sure you don't? Okay.
I think that I could avoid more likely to avoid something.
Hmm?
And I mean, Rose is really good at avoiding things too. It's just he could pull me out easy. Versus we couldn't pull him out easy.
Alright, whatever we're doing, let's do it.
Alright. Nyx is gonna kind of crouch low and she's going to go forward, but she's gonna kind of
Do we have a rope tied around her?
yeah. She was tying a rope around herself.
Alright.
How far into the dark do you proceed?
Slowly forward. She goes for she'd probably be going until the rope is taunt.
After about the first 10 feet in, your foot lands on something that's not quite even.
Feel it. Like
You reach down, you put your hand on the ground. It feels like a chunk of rock. Also, I need you to roll initiative.
yay.
Fighting a chunk of rock. Dun 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 dun.
You know, I warned him, but it's fine.
Initiative. My brain, sorry.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Advantage.
I love how
Yep.
big.
That's right. You got that not the danger sense. What's it called? It's the barbarian thing.
Let me look.
In the darkness, it's almost as if your senses have become heightened, and you begin to hear the slight grinding sound of metal on stone.
Um,
And what could possibly be a whirring sound. Outside the darkness, nobody hears anything.
Well, she's only been gone for like 6 seconds, so.
Exactly, yeah. So, what do you do?
I have no idea if it's gonna attack me or not. It's moving. Something's moving. It's gonna stay crouched down. And gonna basically disengage and get out of there. She doesn't know if she's engaged something or not, but
So you disengage and you back up.
yeah.
Okay.
Pull on the rope a little bit, like to kind of let them know something there. But she's also trying to be really quiet so the thing does not find her. Because she doesn't know if it can see her in the darkness or not.
Okay. You slowly back out after tugging on the rope. Nothing seems to happen. As you find yourself stepping outside the abrupt darkness into light. I mean, dim light, but your dark vision turns back on as you step back out, and you're able to see again. You hear nothing coming from inside the darkness.
Did I hear it all the way to that?
As you were backing out, you heard sounds, and then you stepped past the darkness, and suddenly there wasn't.
You okay?
She's gonna kind of inch forward to try and hear in there again.
As you stick your head in to kind of listen in, and your head passes through the darkness, you hear what sounds like that grinding, whirring sound slow down and come to a stop.
She's gonna come back out. Like, well, there's something in there. It's not following me, so there's that.
Like, what?
I don't know. It was dark. It was loud, and machine and rock.
Do you want me to go take a look?
You can't hear anything. By the way, like because literally just on the into the darkness, you could hear the whole
I can hear
whirring
you just
thing.
fine.
You can't hear anything if I was in the darkness yelling back at you.
Did you go back at us?
No, because that would have been bad.
Oh.
Because there was something there.
He's gonna move forward and like put his head near the darkness.
You pass your head into the darkness.
Like, not at first, but yeah, he'd be like inching, trying to see if he can hear anything, and eventually, yeah, I'd put like his ear.
Like as that part of your face manages to pass into the darkness, and it kind of half veils your face. You do notice that ear no longer hears sounds from what's happening on whatever on the other side. Like Kizriel breathing, Guara breathing, Nyx breathing. You can hear that clearly through the ear that's still on the opposite side of the shadow curtain, but you can't hear it at all on the inside of the curtain.
Bruce will stick his head in.
All
Now
sound
you know
seems to
why I
fade
was
away,
doing that.
at least for them. You catch a remnant of something echoing, maybe a little bit of clattering, but the whirring that Nyx described seems to have stopped.
Hello.
None of us know he's doing that either.
You call out, and you hear your voice kind of echo down the hall.
Okay.
You know, that might be the right place that we're supposed to go.
Breeze is gonna pull his head back. Do you think it's something we're supposed to like fight?
Either that or it's the whole Dragon Forge thing that Giant Forge or whatever it was that is like the end of all times. So, you know.
Sure.
It didn't seem that big though, I don't think. It's hard to tell in the darkness.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom saving throw for Bruce.
Okay.
Okay.
Aww.
What a place for a nat 20, huh?
You rolled the highest you possibly can. That's awesome.
19. All right. Breeze is gonna think for a second and be like, yeah, I guess we should wait and get the others. All right. Anything else we wanted to check out? Was that it for our key colors?
Well, we've got. I don't know. Can see where the others are at, or try and break down that door. Seems like we don't have anything else we can do. What
Well,
do
we
you
have that
think?
other brown door with the ghost.
Oh yes, we should do that.
Should we do that, or should we wait for Z and see if she can like sweet talk her way in? Or maybe Brotor.
Oh my gosh. That
Hey,
is
Brotor, are you around?
disturbing and exciting at the same time.
Brotor?
I'm gonna need Gwara to make a saving throw. I'll tell you what in just a moment.
What kind of saving throw?
What kind?
Is he gonna take over the kitty's body?
A charisma saving throw.
Ooh. 2.
Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. Nothing happens. It does specify humanoid, so I cannot have him take possession of Gwara.
Oh, shucks.
We should go.
Alright.
Do you want to try that door, or do we want to try breaking down the door, or do we want to go back to the others? What's our plan?
Why don't we go see what the others are up to? Because if they're done or close to being done, we might as well just all meet back up.
Alright. So she goes ahead and turns the green door. Or green
Okay.
key.
I guess
You
in the interest of
guys-
time, we're gonna head back unless...
You guys find yourselves all back at the workshop. Okay. Everybody see everybody? Cool.
How long have we been gone, roughly?
They've had the opportunity to tweak on 3 keys.
And Rex was able to get through portions of the book.
So you've probably been gone about an hour.
3 keys.
Is Nick still covered in paste?
I wasn't covered. How about
Nyx
you?
has a little bit of fine dusting, as unable to kind of like avoid all of the dust that when he casts the gust cantrip just poof.
That's right.
But she is not covered in paste. No,
okay, but he's
you do see some white powder on her, on both her and Bruce.
What have you been up to?
Bruce has a little slightly shiny white thing in his hair. You kind of wonder for a second if it's lice. It's
What?
actually rice.
What have you been doing?
We found food. But,
Clearly, you found food. Is there any left to use?
Hey guys, here. And she hands out an apple to everybody.
Oh. Rick's just
Cute.
like
I
kind
mean-
of like almost not looking like gonna cry, but he's like looking at it like it's like he hasn't seen this in like 5,000 years or something. He's like,
I know, right?
Do you think an angry chef is gonna come and yell at us for taking food out of the kitchen?
I don't think that's going to be the thing they're baddest about.
no evidence, no crime.
are you gonna eat the core then?
Well,
right.
that pot that Nix has,
Oh, yes.
it fills with water.
What?
Has anybody taken a bite yet?
Oh, Rick says.
Okay. Wait till somebody else does it.
Does it taste like a good apple? You're muted, bud.
No, I wasn't. I was whispering quietly.
So
It's a good whisper.
Nix will go ahead and shift
Good to know. Good to know.
the pot upright.
Is that how many levels of exhaustion I've just gotten? I'm dead?
No, you're
bites
fine.
it and
Your apple tastes really
the
good.
guy in
Like,
Indiana Jones. Lesker's
Going
is
to die.
just ages like 100 years and just falls over into.
No, it just goes straight Snow White and just falls into a gentle repose.
I mean, he's already pretty pasty.
Anybody else take a bite of their apple?
I think Jalera did.
Z would have.
I will.
Okay.
I think if everyone.
It's like, I mean,
Cool.
I think
Are we
they've
drunk?
been there since
Are we
morning, but
drunk?
nothing rots, so...
I think we're all just dead.
By virtue of how I have you organized on my screen, the sixth person ends up being Jalira. Your apple does not taste so good.
Oh.
What?
Like
What's
you go
wrong?
to bite, you go to like bite into it, and it just kind of mushes into your face and mouth, and start to kind of dribble down, and it's just a distinct rotting taste.
Rick's
as you
Rick's
bite
has like
into
a
it.
nice crunch to it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I prestidigitate like her whole face, and then I give her the rest of my apple.
If you're not gonna finish yours,
It's that applesauce, right? It's
Nix
fermented.
is
It's like
gonna step away.
two steps
Bruce
away
will
from
take it.
wine. 2 steps away from wine.
Just in case, Nix is gonna step away from Brew.
I suppose I should have done the spell.
Rick's the staying put.
I mean, I've been on a ship for a long time. Provisions go bad. You just gotta work with what you got.
Yes, that's true.
As long as you didn't throw it.
This is a
Yeah,
delicious
usually-
apple.
It
Sorry,
is a
what?
delicious, delicious apple.
Why would some of the food? I mean that's not even 20 years rotten.
I think it's been rotten for 20 years, because
Ew.
it actually,
You're
once
right.
did age, it would have been...
Like powder by now.
Well,
Yeah.
You
I think that
gotta
was just a bad apple
think
before.
about. Remember when we first arrived here, and he just finished this story. He's like, "Sorry, when we first got here, some of the bodies looked like they'd been dead for a long time. Some looked really fresh.
All of the bodies in the dining hall were fresh.
All of
you just
all of
think
the
it was-
what?
Yeah,
There
there
was
were
like
some
six.
bodies in the dining hall. They didn't have
We
keys
checked
on.
for keys. They didn't have any keys.
Okay, can we see other guys?
But they were all like, they had just died.
Oh,
Wasn't that what we saw before?
No,
Kiss,
some of
by
them
the way,
looked like...
you can have the rest of my apple.
Like the guy that died on the toilet looked like he just.
It's been a mix, but it's mostly just
did you find
whatever Kenneth did to kill their own people is also keeping them alive.
Did
Or
you-
not?
Maybe besides
Yeah.
apples and a dining hall food, did you find anything else?
Yeah.
On that note, we're going to take a break.
Oh.
It is 8:30. It's time for us to go to break. We will see you back here in about 10 minutes.
Go ahead.
Welcome back to Destiny and Dice. Here we are back in the western yellow corridor of Whitehearth in the library room as the ShadowSlayers begin planning their next move.
Oh yeah.
Back to you guys.
We found a locked room and a area that goes into complete darkness with this creature in there, or machine kind of thing.
Okay.
And
Kind
it's
of like the
also
darkness from Whitehearth.
Black Hearth, but it
Where
also
are we?
mutes all sound. We're in White
We're in
Hearth.
Whitehearth. Apparently there's a Red Hearth, but that's a story for another day. I'm guessing that's where we're going to
Hopefully
find our
not.
next piece of schema. But,
I thought we were going to find the next piece of schema when we kill the Emerald Claw.
That is
there are
the next
multiple
piece.
pieces of schema.
Oh,
Did you fill everyone in on that?
What?
Oh yeah, does everyone know?
I'm gonna pull up the. Wait, who has that sketch that you shared?
I thought we all knew that there were multiple pieces of schema.
No,
Yeah,
we
No,
knew
I meant that
that.
the Emerald Claw was coming.
Oh, Rick's told you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
He told
In
everyone.
character.
In character, he
In
told
character.
everyone. Yeah.
Nix and Bruce do not know you told the rest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Rex is like, no, I know. I told him. They told him we have the book. The other we've managed to make a yellow key.
Oh.
Yeah. If we fiddled at it some more, we could probably see how high on the hierarchy we could go. But I anticipate it'll probably be more difficult. It goes from there.
What
But
do you think's after? Wait, how did you make a yellow key?
oh, we hacked into the key, so to speak. We
We need a purple key and an orange key.
Yeah, you probably should have made like a red or a purple one then.
Well, I've got as far as a yellow. We were moving up within rank. We made a blue key into a green key and a green key into a yellow key. Well, Cherry did. Z and I helped her. But it was her handiwork that was able to do it. And her, intuition as well. But
That's a yellow.
we've gotten to yellow. I suspect brown, but we don't know. We haven't tried that one yet.
Weird that we keep finding all the keys in like the order of security measures.
Yeah, it's
Well,
strange.
I do.
It's
Well, it's
almost-
availability. You're going to have more
Right.
keys of the lower security type.
right.
Yeah, but like, I mean, none of like the high-ranking officials happen to be taking a dump when whatever happened.
Well, I think we were in the lower level people's dormitory. Now, why none of the people that they eating at the dining hall? That was a pretty nice dining hall.
So we could
They were all marked.
we could
They all had the mark.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, everybody in the dining hall had a mark.
we could try
Yeah.
further to try to see how many keys we can make, or we could check out that area of darkness. We could. Were you able to go back to the initial brown door that you found?
No, I think we were going to take Z.
We were
See,
gonna see if she could seduce the ghost there.
Z, did you get all your spells done?
I don't think she's back.
Can you answer for her, Mike?
She's
Do you know if she did?
Yes, I did. I did get the new spell I wanted to add it into my crystal in there.
Remember, I
That
still have
knocks
3
on-
I want to give you at some point.
Z, do you need any water? Your voice is a little.
Yes,
Are we rubbing off? Are we rubbing off on you with the accent thing? I mean, I'm sorry.
It might it happens. There's this. It's almost like a little 3 or 4 or 5-year-old now, like playing with my throat and keeping me from speaking in my normal voice.
That's a really
As soon as I
specific
get-
way of
as soon-
quantifying it.
As soon as I get that little 5-year-old under control and
So it's
down
like
for
he's gripping your throat.
her nighttime, down for her bedtime, things will work out a little better.
Hey, Cherry, were you able to finish any other projects?
No, that whole time you were gone, we were only hacking keys. I did have an idea though, for a couple of things.
We are.
But I don't know if we have time. I mean,
We are.
Is there anything you want to try to make real quick? I mean, that forge works pretty fast.
I wonder how fast I can do the spider climb. Because I got those Fae face spider feet.
Oh, I guess I could try looking at that one book again while you do that.
You could,
Or
why don't you just glue them to the bottom
big
of someone?
bricks. Can I borrow your lockpick?
What do you need it for?
A locked door.
Well, why don't I go with you? I'm better at it.
Fine. I thought you were helping with the Jalira.
Well, Jalira sounds like she's going back to the forge. So,
Alright. If it works, we can do that.
all right.
Do you want to go back and
I don't.
unlock this door, Bruce?
I mean, we could try to unlock the door. My concern is that we keep splitting up, and I worry at some point that we're going to split up and something is going to keep us.
How about we all go help Cherry with this one final project? And then we all
I
go
don't
to...
want to crowd her. Maybe
Yeah.
Z could go help.
She's already got the glass cleat made, and she already has the face spider feet. She thinks this one might go pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's
Z, do you want to help Cherry?
Sure.
You're sounding better.
Hell, you sound normal again.
Yeah.
Mike was talking for you, so we decided to make some commentary on it. You got an accent.
Parenting woes.
Okay.
You okay?
I'm fine. Amelia's freaking out.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
so
Some days it's better than others. Today is not one of those days.
No.
Regardless. So, they're asking you if you want to help Cherry in the forge to finish a pair
Sure.
of spider climb cleats.
I mean, gross, but sure.
It's not gonna make you deal with the face spider feet.
So do we not want to go then? Split and try and that door scout ahead a bit? Or what?
How long do you think it's going to take you, Cherry?
She already wandered off.
We'll give her 5 minutes, and if she's not done by then, we'll go.
I mean, 5 minutes doesn't seem like a lot. We can give her a couple minutes.
So give it 10, 15?
That's fine.
No, if I can help.
All right.
Maybe she'll,
How's
you know.
you do? How are things here?
Well, I learned about Red Hearth a bit. I mean, if we spent more time with the keys at some point, we probably might be able to unlock all the doors here, but I think if we can navigate with what we have right now, that might be for the best. We'll worry about the other doors later. Structurally wise, each kind of facility is sort of individual into itself. They do have some sort of hallmarks about them. The chapel over there is not something typically found in one of them. I think those are going to be distinct features to places where the schemas were constructed. So that's what I was able to find. Oh, and there's going to be a teleportation circle in every kind of facility. Some will be very different than others. Some will be very similar to others. You know, Kenneth, for complicating everything and possibly leading to a mass devastation and horrible scarring of the land and the death of thousands, you know. Yay!
Yeah. I mean, in that darkness thing, we did find a large creature, which, not sure what it is.
Well,
So,
we'll explore that avenue, I suppose, when we get there. All right.
Did any of you talk to that head in the chapel?
The what?
The head, that was the statue head.
No?
Yes.
Or is it just standing in like the center of the corridor petting Gor?
He kind of looks around the corner like, okay, what kind of head are you talking about?
Ahead, I mentioned it to you earlier. I asked if you had talked to it and you said no.
Yeah, no, I have not talked to any head.
Oh.
Do you want me to try talking to a head? Is
I'm
that what you're asking?
I was just asking if anyone had.
Okay.
I was reading. Sorry.
As you guys are having this conversation at the intersection of the hallway, in the forge room, Cherry, you're grafting, magically grafting the phase spider feet, the glass cleats that you have created. What tools would you like to use to graft said arcane properties into your cleats?
I would like to use my superior smithing tools wondrous item.
Okay. So how do you think that's going to work? How do you visualize that?
I was just kind of imagining the little
cleat
space
down.
spider cleats, just kind of attaching them to each of the little glass spikes that they have.
Just take the phase spider foot, put it on the cleat, and just hammer it in until it sticks.
I'm just kind of trying to weld it in more, and like maybe even like solder it. Can you solder with something?
I don't know where soldering would come in. Maybe jeweler's tools for soldering.
I actually do have jeweler's tools. I think.
Glass blowers tools. Those can be hot.
I think she
No, I
wants to
don't.
use the tools because they give her a really good bonus, though. So
And they're fancy and stuff.
okay.
You think Onatar will appreciate them, huh?
I'm just hoping he might give me some ideas on how to.
Well, go ahead and roll me your initial crafting check with your tools of choice.
You lay down a light layer of lower quality kyber dust and use the jeweler's kit to slowly attach the spider feet to the kyber dust.
Kyber does have glass-like qualities.
Yeah, can you use the kyber dust to weld?
Welding, that's it. Dang it. What would welding be in this world?
Smith's tools. Okay, 25. Good roll. Okay. Your basic pattern comes out of your head. You kind of lay out your ingredients. Start the work. Now, roll me an Arcana check, please. Z, are you assisting her with this process?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first time that you've actually gotten to assist her with this process.
I'm really glad you're here.
Nice.
I got a little distracted for a little bit, but then I just got really excited showing you about some of the major seeds and magic and some of how that works.
She pointed at something you were doing wrong.
Oh yeah, right. Math, carry the one. That feels like a rookie mistake.
Okay. Roll me a d6. So you feel like laying out your plans, setting out your stuff, doing the work here. Zanim's helping you, pointing things out. Zanim, it feels, both you and Julia, it feels like about an hour has gone by, and you're kind of surprised that nobody's come and talked to you in that time. To everybody else, it feels like about 5 minutes has happened.
Cool.
Just but for this is your first time being caught up in the crafting mode. Kizriel watches as you and Jalira are moving fast across back and forth, doing things, setting things up. You're laying out patterns, writing numbers down. Jalira's reading it while still attaching spider cleat bits to parts, and you end up making a pair of spider silk shoes.
24.
I think those are what those are called. But these will be spider silk cleats.
Oh, she also had this idea about like a activation mechanism, so they're not always on. She doesn't have to walk on cleats all the time.
Okay. Okay, so while you wear these cleats, you can move up and down and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving your hands free. You have a climbing speed equal to your walking speed. However, the slippers don't allow you to move this way on a slippery surface, such as one covered by ice or oil. That section of your of the slippers is negated by the cleats. So you can use them on ice covered or oily things and walk just fine.
Good gracious.
Cool.
You are crapping
Cool.
all over Kenneth right now. I'm just saying.
Oh, hey, is this that new chess piece? Oh, that looks so cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot to give it to you. Yeah, I put a little Onatar symbol, and I was having a little bit of fun with some of those designs. I'm thinking about trying to see if I can, because I think this it should be stealthyable, and I'm wondering if I could do something similar to this half plate I got. I'm sorry, it took too long already. Hey guys, I'm sorry. I thought it was a little. I swear I thought maybe I could get done maybe a half hour. I'm so sorry.
What are you talking
What do you mean?
about?
It's
It's
been
been
like
like
5
5
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
Really?
I could not have done that in 5 minutes.
No, you guys were going really fast. I was watching you.
Oh yeah,
was-
you get like real speedy in
No.
there.
Shoot.
Well, since that only took
Interesting. I
5
wonder
minutes,
what
is
the
there anything else you want to
magical
work on?
properties are that.
Do you think of any of the projects I mentioned?
Yeah, I was thinking. I wanted to try and see. I wanted to look up some of those belts of what was it, giant kind? I had some ideas with that. But do you want me to try and do that now, or do you want to try and do that later? Look at these.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, those are cool looking. They're really fuzzy on the bottom.
Yeah. See, look at this.
Just throws it at a wall.
And then you
Like
can kind of like
spaghetti.
do it and then you can get it off.
Bruce is gonna take it and then toss it to see if he can stick it to the ceiling.
How tall is the ceiling?
Oh gosh, how tall is the ceiling in this place?
I think you've told.
yeah,
I don't think it's
15.
very tall.
Probably about 15 feet total.
And he'd make a ranged attack to see.
Do you want me to make a ranged attack?
Yeah, go ahead and make
Toss?
me a ranged attack.
Using his strength or
I'm hoping it won't stick.
Yeah, strength.
If it sticks, I can teleport up there
Well.
and grab it while I'm falling.
Oh, we could do
Yeah,
it.
Also-
you throw it up and it just
Oh, that's cool. How do you get it to come down?
You can control it as an user. Fixer.
If you turn off your
Good
lamp,
job.
you can grab it.
I mean, I get to host you up.
There's that too.
Fixer flies up and grabs the boot as you guys are debating the best way for Nyx to get up there.
This is like, well, if
I
good.
mean, if it'll take 5 minutes, then I don't see any harm in you doing a couple more things. Shouldn't you work on your stuff? Did you do anything for you?
I have ideas, but I thought you guys wanted to move on. We can come back, right?
Well, I mean, we're about to explore and potentially get in a fight, so I mean, if it's going to take you like 15 minutes to fix up a bunch of stuff, I'd say take 15 minutes.
Thought everybody's getting impatient. I would love to take as much time as you guys will let me.
One more thing?
Hey, Rogue, Rix,
I'm fine.
or
with that.
Nyx, which would do you think either of you could use some spider climb? Slippers of spider climbing?
Wait, do you want those?
I mean, I have a pretty good climb ever since Black Hearth.
Quick question. Out of character, Mike, do those require attunement?
Yes, they do.
Rix is like, no, I'm good.
I could use some.
Yeah, Nix
Yeah.
could probably use it.
That strong.
Okay. Okay. They might need some attunement to really get you accommodated so you can use them willy-nilly and everything.
Can you imagine Nix shadow stepping across the ceiling? Just saying.
That'd be pretty cool.
Just saying.
Hey, she can shadow step a lot of places. As long as there's not too much light.
Which is
she's about
unfortunately
ready to destroy all the little
lamps.
lamps.
It's okay, you're fine. I can see in the dark
You-
now.
You need a deluminator.
Just-
Yeah, like in the Harry Potter.
Alright, so what other projects were you thinking about working on, Cherry?
Oh, a belt for Bruce. Trying to make this half plate probably a quieter. I was thinking some of the stuff I did with Kiz's. I was thinking I had this idea for if I could make an infusion that could be attached to a wheel. That we can try and do the wind and water wheel.
Okay.
But we still
I
need to
mean,
research
what-
on how Albert Mark.
I mean, what would you think is be more immediate? I mean, the water wheel is very interesting and could prove useful, but I don't know if a water wheel would be terribly useful in combat right now.
I'd say maybe touching up your armor or your shield or both.
Yeah, I would say one of those things.
I mean, if you can
What
make,
about those
you know,
things that make Bruce stronger?
Yeah, how about, okay, the belt for Bruce and working on my half plate. I might take. What did you say? If it was only like 5 minutes, then maybe if you guys are willing to wait for another 15, maybe 20.
You could wait. I mean, I could wait. Kind of glances at Bruce and Nix. Could you wait?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good.
By the way, Anatar is not like a talking statue head, right?
No. Not
When
typically.
He kind of. When he appeared to me, he actually kind of. A lot like Friedrich. But like a generic version.
Not your Frederick.
No, I think he chose a form of that was very familiar to crafting for me.
Okay.
I mean, he was the same body type. He still had, instead of he looked a lot more. You know how?
Okay. But not a talking statue head.
Oh no, he was a little more ethereal, actually.
Bruce, did you want to go
Okay.
talk to that head again?
No, I mean, it's just... it's a talking statue head in Anatar's temple,
Well, let's go talk to him. We're kicking back for 15 minutes.
Basically what Nix is saying. Why not? You won't stop talking about it, so we'll figure it out.
And like while they're distracted, I'm gonna sneak away, look up some schematics for
Twice.
the.
Fourth time, like overall, think. I don't know, maybe just
Third
third,
time.
but yeah.
Israel
Anyway,
and Nick head towards the chapel. Zanim, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hang out and help Cherry longer. She wants some help.
Okay. Cherry, what are you doing back over in the library?
Real quick browsing to see if there's schematics for a belt of giant strength. What if she can't find anything? She's just gonna try and make it up.
You find schematics for lots of things, but most of them seem to be common or uncommon magical items.
Yeah, she was afraid of that.
Even the base form of belt of giant strength does not seem to be in the schematics there.
All right, I'll have to make it up.
Well,
Fixer
you appear to have been pretty good with that so far.
As you kind of give it up and start doing, Fixer kind of grabs you and kind of pulls you back towards the library.
Oops.
Apparently, Onatar just is fixer.
Where are we going, buddy?
He pulls you
Don't tell me
over
spoilers,
towards the
don't say
secret
anything.
door and looks at the door.
I'll open it.
Okay. You see the guardian statue there, and Fixer flies in and lands on his shoulder.
Sir, do you know if this library has schematics for a belt of giant strength?
The statue's a librarian.
See the eyes kind of swirl into life. You want the bookcase on the opposite side of the room, third shelf down, 5 over from the right.
Thank you. Her eyes kept darting to the sword the entire time.
You look through the books. You do find not exact schematics, but you find some other crafter's notes on making a belt of giant strength. Then from that you're able to kind of extrapolate what you need to do.
All right. Okay. So,
Okay.
Do you need any of
Head back.
those, like, those shards from Rick's?
What shards do you
some-
need?
I kind of wanted to experiment with Kyber.
Okay.
I'm hoping they can compliment Bruce's
All right.
mark,
Sure.
not blow him up.
Rix takes
Well,
a Kyber shard
I
out
can
of his
compliment
bag.
Bruce.
I-
I'm not in the room.
Do you?
We hear that from down the hallway.
Rix is like, we want you alive.
Thanks,
we don't want to
kids.
turn you into a belt.
Bruce, you're awesome. We appreciate you.
Wouldn't be the first halfling. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave
Alright.
before you guys start talking about that.
Rix is like, just grab the Kyber crystal from me on the way
I
out.
thought maybe Z could help. She had that one. She at least had that spell that made people bigger. I thought that might. Okay, I'm just gonna.
Well, I could try to see if I can work that into the Matrix. If this is for Bruce,
She's just gonna wander off.
That's a good point. You could just try to bet the enlarge spell with it.
so what do you think, Z? I mean, we only have so many shards, but if we can invest a whole shard into this project, maybe. I mean, we might not have the same luck that I managed to get out of that thing I made for kids, but
What if, Jerry? I mean, this is your bailiwick, not mine.
I have, when it comes to dragon shards and dragon shard dust, I tend to be very hoardy. I have trouble. I mean,
Does
I
hoarding
really
it
want
do
it
you
all
any
the
good?
time. Trying to. I don't want to spend it all in one place because then I run out and then I start getting desperate and then I start
We got 2 more. Go for it.
five finger discounting it and I just
Yeah,
don't want to.
but how often are you going to be next to a forge that turns an hour into 5 minutes? I
Okay.
mean,
Well,
you've got
days-
Anatar
Okay.
on your side. I think that this is a great time to actually use the dust and make the things before we go do, I don't know, whatever.
Okay,
And
we're taking on a big
especially
crazy
since we have
scary
a
lady.
time
anyway.
limit before we run into Emerald Claw, the more cool stuff to keep us safe, the better.
Okay. All right, we can do this. All right. Okay. This would be leatherworking tools, though.
So just to clarify, we are making a belt that will increase Bruce's strength, and we're using one of the high-quality Kyber shards that were found in the forge area prior to this, correct?
Yes.
She hasn't ground it down yet, so I don't know how many she's going to use.
Go for it.
She she was gonna try investing all of it because
Okay, yeah, no, go for it. Rick's handed you
She-
the
she
shard on the way past.
worries about Bruce. She wants him to be safe. Okay.
Okay, just be careful.
Oh, I'm so excited and nervous.
Don't let him explode.
Well, I've got 2 books open in front of me right now. I might have to open a third. Let's see what happens.
Why is one of them the monster manual? What are you doing?
It just becomes
Oh,
the monster
boy.
book of monster from Harry
Well, the
Potter.
ability to summon
It's
outsiders,
attached
right?
there.
No. It was the gauntlets of ogre strength, not the ogre.
Right. Hill giant strength, not summon the hill giant. Got it.
Summon hill giant.
Poor thing, it wouldn't fit in the room.
That was all
Okay,
our meat
so let's start with a crafting check.
All right, that is just my leatherwork tools.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Oh, I love having an artificer in the group.
Oh
I'm-
man.
I'm starting to love.
Bruce is gonna look so pretty.
He's gonna
Okay.
think it's the prettiest
She's gonna
block on
get
the block.
probably get carried
Let's-
away with some of the dwarven designs too.
You're gonna be the prettiest half orc on this side of Corvair.
Don't tell T. Don't
The
say
Neem's gonna be so pissed.
Okay, roll me a Arcana check.
Is he helping?
that. All right,
He's
just
helping.
double check my math.
She did say Z was helping you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it.
Okay. Roll me a d6. Okay, so this one's going to take you a little bit more time.
Okay.
We want to roll low.
Roll me a d100. Okay.
Is 46 good or bad?
It's about mid range, so we'll see.
Is there any way I had an inspiration point from last session? Is there any way I can give her a re-roll on that if it would help?
Sure.
Watch her roll lower.
Unless this is like a time frame, and so therefore this is less time.
No, you rolled a. Actually, she rolled a really
okay.
good d20, but that was not a d100.
Sorry, wrong reuse
Slightly
button.
higher. Okay. That's a what's that? 9%. 9, not 9. Not 9. It's a 7 increase.
Hey, next,
Cannon artificers are broken.
did you go find the slippers and add them to your stuff?
I have not.
Okay.
Okay.
I had the chest piece of my stuff, but
I wasn't sure where to put that.
Oh, I should.
I need you to roll me another d100.
Ooh. 23.
And you rolled really good with the basics, so.
This might just be determining the attributes.
Yeah.
The wild magic surges that are set off every time you use it.
Pink
Congratulations. Just a Care Bear stare.
Every time you punch, a fireball centered on yourself goes off.
Right, so
Get that thought out of your head. Get that thought out of your head. Right now.
Kids, I'm gonna need that armor.
Okay. Does anybody get impatient with her if this takes an hour?
No.
I'll take a short rest. As long
Yeah,
as
Bruce
I can
might end
take
up taking a short rest.
Rix will just chill.
Okay.
I was going to talk to the statue.
Rix is going to ask Nyx for the journal. He just wants to take a look at it. See if he can pick up anything.
Okay.
I think Bruce is gonna wonder, but he's also gonna be like, I'm not poking her in the middle of that. He
Yeah.
remembers the drawing with the lightning coming out. and how cool that looked and how much he wants that to happen, so he's not gonna interrupt this.
Okay.
Gosh, I forgot about
All
that.
right, so if I'm getting a short rest, I can attune to the slippers
Oh,
or the.
I guess I thought that was a long
No.
rest. No?
Kid said she wanted to talk to the statue head. I think Bruce might check to see if Brotor or the alley shows up at any point, but other than that, he's just chilling.
Okay. Roll me a perception check when you have a chance. Okay, Jalira. You get caught up in the crafting. You craft and you craft and you craft and you craft. You keep crafting. You keep making fine adjustments, fine tuning things. You grind some of the shard. You leave some of the shards intact because you want to like leave some like kind of pretty shiny on it too. You go through and you are able to craft as the base item a belt of stone/frost giant strength,
What?
which will give him a strength of 23.
Oh my gosh.
You also create inside the item itself a dragon mark channel. And while he wears it, he can use it to cast I need to look at what spells Bruce can cast real quick. Bruce, what spells can you cast real quick?
Witch Bolt, Fog Cloud, Frost Ray. I don't think that's the name of it, but
Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost.
Gust.
And Gust.
Okay. It will allow you to cast your first level spells once using the channel and not using the ability that you have. So it's
Okay.
essentially an extra use of each of your first level spells per day.
Cool.
My gosh.
That's pretty sweet.
And his con score increases by 2.
Jalira, if you ever say that you will never be as good as Kenneth, we're all going to punch you in the face just really hard. I'm just going to say that right now, okay? You are better than Kenneth. Kenneth wishes they were you, and they're idiots for not treating you better. Period.
She loves the Scourge. She loves her friends. She loves.
She loves Onatar now.
Oh yeah. I changed her religion too. From I think it was mixed feelings about the Silver Flame to Team Onatar. Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Okay. I'll get you the details on the channeling part, so you can make it. But as it stands, it's a belt of frost or stone giant strength because it's a slash for those two. Those two have the same bonus on them. And then his Constitution score increases by 2, and then the Dragon Mark channel. What feels like to you like 6 hours, like you keep looking at you keep thinking this is taking way longer than it should. You're like, why is this taking longer than it should? In reality, an hour passes.
Short rest.
Everybody who would like to take a short rest can take a short rest. Meanwhile, down in the chapel, Nyx,
Does that count for
Kidriel,
Z too?
if you want to, no, you are busy helping her. You've helped her for what feels like 6 hours to you.
Okay,
She appreciates you.
that's what I thought. Just checking. You make
I
blanket
could have gone and
statements, I'm
got more
gonna
apples
poke at
during
them.
this time.
Israel, Nyx, you go and you find said statue head under the bench, on the last row, right where Kizra is standing, where Bruce said it would be. What do you do?
Bruce put it on the altar.
Oh, you put it on the
Unless
altar?
it rolled
Okay,
its way back.
That's right, it's on the altar. I forgot that you put it on the altar.
Hello,
What else
Mr.
would I like-
Statue Head.
Here, we'll just put the statue on the altar and say that's the statue head.
I'll even do a little bow.
Statue head stares blankly at you.
Now what?
No. Bruce is the one that said it talked.
Do you think I have to hold it? I'm gonna
I
go
don't
over and just touch on its head. A low statue head.
The statue remains quiet.
Oh, that was fun. How you doing?
Can we kick it? Okay.
You said
Okay.
kick it? You get it
Yeah.
if you want.
Just no, I shouldn't.
Just gonna
It'll be
side
good.
kick the head.
It'll be good. Tempting, but I'm trying to be good. Especially since this god seems to like Chilira. Apparently there's something to that.
We
Okay.
gonna get more apples while we wait?
We're
ahead.
supposed to stay put.
Bruce, did you ever roll that perception check for me?
Not. I got caught up in descriptions. 16.
In wandering around, you see no sign of Allie. Also, you see no sign of Brotor. Brotor hasn't made an appearance for quite some time.
I think I was the last to see him, wasn't I?
You or Nyx, I forget which.
I think I saw him.
That's right. You saw him in the chapel before you guys went on your
Yeah.
like when the statue had talked to you.
Yeah.
Right. You last saw him in the chapel when the statue had talked to you.
What about your
Do.
bag of
Don't be
holding
worried.
your
Alright. It's taking a while. I'm gonna go ahead and take a rest. That's what Nyx is gonna say. Kind of just lay on the stairs.
Nyx lays down for a rest. Rix, in this hour, like after like the first 5 minutes passes, you see that it's going to take some more time. Is there anything you?
We wanted to look at the journal. He had asked Nyx
That's
for
right.
it.
Okay. Okay.
She'd give him
go
the
ahead and-
journal, the professor's ring, and the whatever it is. Kenneth ring.
Right. Thank you. All right.
Okay. Hold, please.
Holding.
I'm just double checking all of the conversation that we had and making sure I don't go back on what I told you. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a traveler would ever go back, I think.
Don't give him ideas, man. He's just curious. He's not necessarily expecting anything specific out of it.
Mm-hmm. Do. Okay, go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
Good okay. This is gonna be my bad roll of the night. 12.
And go ahead and roll it with advantage.
Dopamine. Watch it be worse. Investigation. Hold on. Yep. That's about on par.
Okay. You find that as you open this book, like some of the things written inside that seemed confusing seem to like almost. It seems to make sense, but there's no rhyme or reason why it would say chocolate pudding, bat guano, and 3 sticks of cinnamon when combined with the frog spawn and the
Hold on.
Warforge's right
hold on.
finger.
Chocolate pudding, bat guano, and 3 sticks of cinnamon. I'm just writing this down for the lulz. Continue.
This is the weirdest.
Mixed with frog spawn and the right finger of a Warforged.
Frog spawn. Right finger. of a
You
war
begin to see kind of where
forged.
you can tell that whatever was written in this book was written in a code, and like previously where they had used other characters and other languages, that all becomes clear to you, and you're able to read all the words written there. However, you are unable to decipher
Right. What
the words themselves mean.
Right. All right. All right. So he probably has spent some time kind of thinking about that, and will have used the short rest period for looking at the book.
Like all the words now written in there, you can kind of make sense of. You even see some of the words that are hidden in some of the drawings, some of the formula. You can see that there's something there. You just can't get it. It's not clear what it means.
Okay. Dankeschön.
Okay. You're gonna okay, Kizriel, anything else you want to do during this hour? You're muted.
Maybe I'll go back to the book that I was supposed to study
Okay.
and try drawing a better diagram instead of the one I drew of. It was like Gora and arrows and stuff, I think.
Okay, go ahead and roll me another investigation, this time at disadvantage, because you've already looked through this book.
I'm gonna be bored. Yep.
Rip.
Nothing more seems to come to light, nothing further in to kind of discover. Like, it gets pretty dry reading.
Jazagora dragon. Consummates.
You start sketching out how wings would look on Guara, and then Bruce, you said that you were resting after you looked around for Brotor and found no sign of him or Allie, that you would then chill after that?
If he sees Nyx hanging out at the bottom of the stairs, he'd probably sit down next to her.
Okay.
And be like, hey, you said you're talking to your mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess when you I guess whenever you get a chance, tell her I said thanks.
She talked to you?
Yeah, I think so. Had kind of a pivotal moment. Help me out a bit.
See. She's pretty
Yeah.
level-headed.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know that well. I don't really know much about it. Yeah. And that thing I mentioned to her, or T or whatever, like that last thing, you can tell her not to worry about that. Just forget about that.
Okay. I'm curious, but it's your business.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, like, it just doesn't really make sense in context.
Alright. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm good. You know, same as always.
Are you mad at me for what I used to do?
Breeze kind of like drop his head a little bit and kind of look away, and Start rubbing the back of his neck. Do you want to talk about that now?
Don't have to. And it's okay if you are.
I guess more confused. Which is kind of why I said maybe we should talk about it sometime.
Well, you want to know? It was part of an assignment.
Is Rick standing there?
Nope.
I just was double checking. I didn't know whether or
No,
not he
no,
was.
he would have gone to the library to do his reading.
Okay.
Not hiding it from anyone. I don't want to hide anything anymore.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Cherry might be done at any moment or whatever. And, people are walking around. Doesn't really feel like the best environment for like an intimate conversation. So maybe sometime when we have a little bit of time, we could talk about it.
Of course. Anyway. Good move with the water. Pretty sure
Oh,
Tiz is still, Tiz was about swimming in it.
yeah. Well, I mean, she could almost fit in that pot.
Pretty close. That was a lot of water.
Good, it'll free it up. Maybe we can let Cherry do some other stuff with her. What all can she make with that jug?
I don't know. There's mayonnaise that she can make. I know there's that. Oil. Oil. I remember the oil.
Well, yeah, I should. Alright. Well,
We've got
maybe she can
plenty
make
of
other
oil.
stuff.
Yeah.
We do have plenty of oil, and we have infinite water, maybe? I don't know. We're
It's
gonna
just
look to see if there's any markings on the item, like limited 5 uses or something.
Roll me an investigation check.
Is the dishwasher safe?
The recycle symbol on the bottom. Investigation. 15.
There seems to be no writing, nothing that says it limits uses. Just whenever you turn it upright, it begins to slowly refill.
So we might have like a seemingly limitless supply of water, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
She's really working on that thing, isn't she? Do you think she
I
like
do.
moved on to other projects?
I don't know.
I can't tell what she's doing. She's just
Me neither.
literally zipping around.
Me neither.
I thought her, she talked fast, but she was excited already.
It must. It's. I have no idea. I don't know. For me, it would take away from the whole experience of making something.
Hmm. Oh, did you talk to that head?
It didn't talk back, so there's that.
What?
Do you want to try poking it?
Hold on. Chris is gonna almost angrily stomp towards that.
He's gonna follow, see if something happens.
Bruce is gonna head into the chapel and look at the head.
Statue head is on the altar where you left it.
Is it doing anything?
Nope.
Hey, you. Hello. I'm telling you, we're doing something.
Don't doubt it. There's so many weird things going on, I don't really doubt it.
Bruce is gonna walk over and pick it back up.
Okay, you pick up the statue's head. You're holding a hefty piece of stone in your hand.
Hello. Kind of shake it.
You shake it. Nothing seems to happen.
I'm telling you, it's talking.
I don't doubt it.
Baby Anatai broke it.
Well, it could be Anata, and he's busy with Julia.
Alright. Whatever. And Bruce is gonna kind of bowl it back to where he found it originally.
Under the pews. Roll. Roll me a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Or strength check, whichever you prefer.
Well, it's a 19 rolled, so if it's strength, it'll be a 22.
Okay.
I think it was more dexterity. He was more lobbing it. He wasn't trying to, like, destroy it.
Huck it.
He was more like, ugh.
You kind of roll it back. It seems to find almost close to right where it was, right under the bench before. Just stops. It's kind of on its side, just the face of the statue staring at you.
You seen Brotar? I feel like I haven't seen him in a while. Bruce's
Not
gonna say as he heads back to the stairs.
not since we left.
Oh. That's really all Bruce had.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nyx would go back to the stairs and just lay back on them to rest.
Thinking about those shoesies.
Yep. Her new cleats that she's wearing.
Okay. So gradually the hour passes. What seems like 6 hours passes for Jalira and Zanim as the crafting winds down and the belt comes out. Do you have a description for this belt?
I mean, I imagine it a lot like the belt of dwarven kind. And very, very Dragon Age dwarven symbolism of like just a dwarf face. No, actually, but it'll be dwarf style, but it'll be a giant, a frost giant kind of face there for the belt buckle. And the eyes are going to be the kyber.
Could have made it an orc face.
Gonna be giant.
You designed it. You
She'll
do.
think of that at the last moment, and she'll think of that at the last moment, and add a couple of little kyber shard puffs.
That's cute. I love it.
Beautiful. I like it. Just, like you look up, you look at it, you're like, yeah. You look up, you serious. You're just like, you just take that last moment to put the little tusks in.
Are we exhausted?
I feel like
Do
she'd
we
be tired.
do our bodies feel like it's been 6 hours?
You're tired, but you're still very, like, from what you've done, this is, like, almost refreshing for you. Very energetic. It's very, yeah.
I do enjoy.
And your little mental fatigue from, like, coming up with all the plans and putting everything together and making sure it all folds into one finished project. But nothing that would cause you to slow down or step back. And
Okay.
I mean, you definitely feel like you took way longer than it should have, but
Well, hopefully I like it. Do you think I like it?
Yeah, I think he's gonna love it.
Okay. Hey, Bruce.
Huh? Hey, how'd it go?
Can you try it on? Hopefully.
Sure. That's cool.
I'm try using like a dragon shard spell, not a dragon mark spell, and see if
What?
it helps.
All right.
Oh, you'd have to attune to it first. I'm sorry. It does have that attribute to it.
Oh,
Just something to think about.
okay. Bruce is gonna put the belt on. I like
You
the
like it?
buckle.
Great.
as you put the belt on, you
Doesn't-
feel
Swole.
bolstered. You feel like you feel stronger, and your dragon mark on your chest is this pleasurable feeling, as it too feels like it gains some sense of power from putting the belt on.
Oh, that's kind of. Oh, feels kind of. All right.
Is it a concerning, or do you think it's?
No, it feels like good. Like it's kind of like when kids pet my mark a while back.
Is
Sorry. When kids pet my mark a while back. Maybe I should have her doing that now. No. I don't even see her.
He's imagining her petting his chest like she pets her cat, and I'm just really confused by the mental image. Yeah.
Oh,
How long did
cool.
I take?
Well, no.
Seriously? How it felt like hours.
It did. It felt
Yeah,
like a
what all
really
did you get
long
done?
time.
Just felt.
Oh, we spent like an hour on. Oh,
You
Yeah.
wanted a belt.
Everybody's talking. Maybe it's done. Book was bored.
Rex is like, what? As he walked by.
sorry, I didn't mean to take up all your time. Do you want to take like 10 minutes and work on your armor real quick, or?
Oh wait, if that was like several hours, 1 hour. Maybe I can try. Like,
We are working within a time period, so how long do you think it'll be?
I don't know. I only plan to make some small adjustments to try to see if I can get it to just not clink as much.
Well, I don't anticipate that'll take very long. So, I mean, go for it.
All right.
You're just making adjustments, you're not making something out of thin air.
Yeah. I am going to try and augment it a little and see if that helps. Buddy.
Walking on walls now.
Is she walking on walls?
Give it a
She's
shot.
not-
Give it a shot. Let's see.
Yeah, so she's gonna practice with the cleats.
He walks on walls.
She's gonna try and do. Yeah, she's gonna try and do like some acrobatics while upside down. Try and see what all her physical limits and what the boots help her do.
That's super cool, Jerry.
I have too many windows open. Okay, sorry.
I-
I can't find the group.
For so long, I've just been wanting to be able. All this crazy stuff we've been getting into. All I wanted to do was be able to make things for my friends that could help us.
And here you are making lots of really cool things to help us.
Do both of Nyx's feet come off the ceiling at any point?
Yeah. She's experimenting to see what she can do, so she has no problem with the falling.
Especially if
Look
she's
at-
walking along the walls, she's got her monk ability that allows her to just like touch a wall and.
I've got also that teleport thing.
I'll
The
probably
shadows.
watch her and do first aid if she
You
falls.
find that if you do take both feet off, if you don't get one back on quick, you do start to kind of.
Basically, what I'm doing is I'm estimating the time for that and my reflexes in comparison to it. And she's also doing her monk fall practice. So it's all just so that she's not learning this in a dire situation.
You figure you've got a pretty good grasp on the boots.
How strong is your grip there?
Pretty good. Pretty good, actually.
Well, here, if he's gonna like walk underneath her and reach his arm up, see if you can like, if I'll pull you off or you can pull me up.
Pretty sure you'd pull me off, but let's try.
All right.
Go ahead and make me a grapple check.
Athletics.
Are you going to let him grab you or?
She's
Resist.
gonna grab a hold as well.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, he's trying to like grab onto her arm and pull, and he's okay being pulled off the ground unless his weight and strength pulls her off. You know, he's kind of seeing which happens first.
Well, if you're not actively trying to pull her down, she's able to kind of hold on to you. You're a pretty big boy. Though you don't actually carry much on you, so. Still, she could probably hold you if she guarantee she could maintain the grip, hold you and walk with you dangling, but if you did try to pull her down, you could potentially pull her off of the wall.
So is it possible for me to lift him up off the ground?
What's your weight?
My character's
Bruises?
weight?
No, what's Bruce's weight?
Thick with 2 C's.
I don't remember. I think he weighs like 250. 260.
260, okay.
And I don't know, I think he has
260.
like 100 pounds of equipment on him around.
It shouldn't be that much. I mean, the heaviest things you have should be like your weapons and possibly rations, and that should be the bulk of your weight, I think.
Okay.
So, just double checking.
Saying 92 pounds in my weight carried.
Okay, so 92 pounds plus 260 is 3. I can do simple math. Ish, and your strength is a strength of 8. Correct?
Yep, correct.
Okay. You can lift lift a weight in pounds twice your carrying capacity, or 30 times your strength score.
So 8
200.
times 30,
240.
140.
So yeah, 240. Like it's a struggle to hold him. Like I'm gonna need, like, as you're trying to play with this, go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Nice.
All the times there was natural 20s. I love that they're getting the natural 20s on the stats that they have -1 on.
It's great. It's great. Like you manage to like grab a hold of him and like hold him, but you find that moving with him is probably because he's just too much.
A lot of people find that out.
Just like, oh, I can't move, but you're too heavy.
And if Bruce like then shifts his weight and pulls you down, he can kind of pull you right off the ceiling. if he is actively grappling you, he finds that he can just boop.
That would probably be the next thing he does.
Just
Yeah, after like kind of like pulling his feet off the ground and like hanging there for a second, he would just kind of drop down and then see if he can pull.
With an active grapple on you, he's able to kind of pull you off down and into his arms. Kind of land in his arms as you come from down above on the ceiling as your release, because they just can't take that kind of weight being pulled on them.
Oh man.
Hi.
Rix is looking right at you,
Hi.
Nix. Eyebrow raised.
like was she just she is like she's gonna blush. Like, all right, so you can pull me off. That's
I
good
did
to know.
pull you off.
Yep. Okay, you can put me down now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Cleats tested. You're fairly confident in your ability to use them. We are getting close to the end of our session today. Is there anything we want to cover here immediately, or do we want to set up our plan for moving on next session?
I think Cherry needs to do the adjustment to her armor, and so it'd be best maybe
Okay.
if we finish off with that, and then we pick
That
up
way
from
we'd be
there.
ready to go, hopefully.
I think by the
Now
beginning.
leave the corridor and go back to a
Bruises.
corridor we've already been to. Cool.
Hey, you guys, like, part of you guys left the corridor. Like, you went on to a new corridor, and you found new room. And a locked door that stopped you all.
Bruce is
No
gonna
idea about
start trying to
mechanical
attune to his
creature.
new belt. Probably won't get enough time, but
It's a dope belt, man.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you like to do to your armor, Cherry?
All right, she's got half plate, and it kind of clinks together. So she's hoping that maybe if she kind of lines it with a little bit of dragon shard dust, she can create kind of like this anti-gravity effect to keep it from clinking against each other. Instead, they just be like,
I would have just added like some glue or something.
It's almost like polar opposites, like the two poles of a magnet pushing against each other, where they're not actually touching.
yeah.
Ooh.
How many pinches of dragon shard dust do you think that would take?
How many pinches of dragon shard dust are you willing to spend? Who knows? It's gonna be a lot when you play with dragon shard dust.
You said you didn't use all of it for. Oh no, you used some of it for Bruce. All of it for Bruce.
She used the whole shard for Bruce.
I used a whole shard.
Right.
That's you're keeping track of that.
Yeah, we have. I think.
How about
should have-
one pinch of high quality kyber dragon shard?
We had like 5 of each, though. Was it 3?
It was 3 of each.
Okay.
3 of
Then
each, and we've used one whole
we
Sybaris
have-
and one whole Kyber.
We used we wasn't Cerberus, 1 whole Kyber. So we have 2 Sybaris, 2 Kyber, and then 3 Eberron crystals.
Wow, it's quiet.
So, what did you decide on?
Oh, one pinch of high quality kyber.
So you're gonna grind down 1 pinch out of the next shard.
Yeah, it's already ground up, but she's got a little. These are older dust that she had. Don't use up.
Did you have high quality? I thought you had
have
medium.
one-
I thought you had low and medium quality kyber dust.
I had one pinch high quality. I don't know where I got it.
Okay. Well, not if it's in the bag of holding, it's there. You have it.
I think we recovered quite a bit of different types from the cart.
Mm-hmm.
So you might have had. I think you got a bunch of low quality, a little bit of medium, and a few high quality.
And I know you ended up using some of it to trade for scrolls
Yeah.
for Zanim with Book.
Yeah.
Because Book was offering scrolls for kyber dust.
Yeah. And this is what I had left.
Okay, so 1 pinch of high quality kyber dust. Are you going to do any research prior to going back here and adjusting it, or are you just going to dive in?
This is the kind of thing that she feels like it's a trial and error experiment sort of thing. Because she's kind of making it up as she goes along. She has a basic concept, but she wouldn't even know what to look for. Unless there's a section on magnets.
And how do they work?
And electrons.
What do you do? If you're willing to jump into it, let's go ahead and roll me a crafting check.
All right.
If you want to do research.
No. She's gonna just do this.
Okay, let's do it. Crafting check.
Alright, this is the Smith tools. So I'm just gonna weld it. That's
Don't you have advantage with
Alright.
those ones?
Yep, that's advantage.
That's with advantage.
Oh, I didn't see the second one.
Woo!
I might need to do more research.
You might end up with a breastplate
Instead of a halfling.
if you just ruin the other pieces.
You begin your process of planning out how you want to do it, where you kind of want to add your bits of dragon shard dust, how you want to alter it so it's not going to be so loud. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check. Zianim, are you still assisting her in there, or have?
Yeah.
Yeah. Since she's making this up, she's definitely gonna need some bounce ideas off of. This is why she doesn't make things for herself.
Could have just asked the librarian, where's the stuff about turning crystals into magnets?
She'll probably try that again later after. Well, she hopes they can come back, but she hoped that she could go back to Lyerton too.
She hopes she can go back to Sharn still.
Let's be honest, she does hope she can go. Okay, so double checking if I want to do what I think I want to do. Okay.
I thought we were gonna just sabotage me.
So, the armor itself does not become inherently magical. However, it does now carry the properties of mithril, which means it no longer has disadvantage on stealth checks, and it's a lot lighter.
Mithril is good. Mithril is very good.
Oh my gosh.
So if you can find yourself a set of mithril half plate, I think it's. I don't know if that counts as a magic item or not. I'd have to go look it up.
It does.
But it does not. It does not grant you. It doesn't grant you a +1 bonus to your armor class or anything like that. It just makes it easier and function better for you.
Nice.
You can move easier. And you can sneak too. Your stealth checks are no longer disadvantaged. That's one of the nice things about mithril.
Pretty epic.
Okay, and with that, it is 10 o'clock. So we're going to go ahead and end our session here. Next session, we'll look at seeing what we do next. It's exciting. Okay, cool.
Then
Thank you so much for watching. We're so excited. And we'll see you next week. Thank you.